Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
Yeah, my friend John Plummer texted me last night. He said, now there's a Venn diagram between Tay-Tay and Dick Cheney. I said,
Wow.
And
pretty
Taylor
incredible.
Swift.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Venn diagram's complete. I kept thinking of you because he wasn't a rake factory.
Oh, yeah.
Kamala
That's exactly it.
Kamala would just gently place another rake, and he...
That's right.
You're
running around.
Nobody's
sticking
going
rakes
to your
down there.
rallies. They're boring.
Yeah.
People are leaving.
And he just kept derping right into it. He derped himself. No one encouraged him to do this. He derped his way into admitting that he doesn't have any sort of healthcare plan whatsoever.
Yep.
I have concepts of a plan.
Concepts.
That's what he said. Yeah. And then he said, well, we'll come up with something, maybe sort of, write things down, jot them on Post-it notes. I don't know what he was saying, but he clearly does not have a healthcare plan after saying 5 minutes earlier, we've got a great healthcare plan. We'll have it rolled out for you here any second now. And, in 2 weeks, on Tuesday, we'll have it for you on Tuesday. Yeah.
Right. In 2 weeks, we'll definitely have a larger pastiche of healthcare notions.
Right. Trump always makes things worse for Trump. And
but oh my God, the rally. And then he's like, nobody even goes to her rally. So is he back to the AI thing? Like all her huge crowds are AI. No one even goes to hers. No one leaves my rallies. And of course, there's massive amounts of footage of people leaving his rallies. It's like, okay.
Well, that was one of the masterful things that she was doing all night long. She would work in like some sort of interesting, substantive thing that wove her policy positions and who she is as a person and as a candidate right in there with some sort of jab that would completely sidetrack him, another rake on the floor around his podium. And so then he would take the bait on that as soon as he would come back. And oh my God, it was, one for the ages, I think. And I'd love to see one of these every damn week. Can we have one of these debates every week between now and the election?
I know, that was funny. They asked Tim Walz last night, should she do another one? He goes, I hope she does one every day.
Yeah. Oh, he was great. And he was on MSNBC right as the Taylor Swift news came down.
Yes, we have that.
Getting to see Coach Walz react to Swift
he was like,
he was
just
like,
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh my God.
Oh yeah, and he's talking about, oh yes, I'm a cat, cat guy too. Yeah.
And what a 1-2 punch! Right, I mean, it's literally. She said, "I watched the debate. I did my research. This is, it was such a strong statement." And just like, 20 minutes after the debate's over, it was like, holy cow!
Yeah, and just within that span of time that Rachel Maddow was talking to Coach Walz on MSNBC. I think that post on Taylor Swift's account, of course, she's got hundreds of millions of followers. I think it had over a million likes in just a couple of minutes. And we can't underestimate how big a deal that is because that cuts across all demographic groups, certainly energizes younger people. And
that's all he cares about is celebrities. So, like that, it was Donald Trump's very awful, terrible, horrible day.
Oh, yeah. It was, I mean, for an hour and a half, it was Kamala Harris doing the speed bag with his goodies, with his junk, right? And then she's done. Taylor Swift comes along and she takes over. She's going thubba.
I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of running mate Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ plus rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades. I've done my research and I've made my choice. Your research is all yours to do, and the choice is yours to make. I also want to say, especially to first-time voters, remember that in order to vote, you have to be registered. I also find it's much easier to vote early. I will link where to register and find early voting dates and info in my story. With love and hope, Taylor Swift, signed Childless Cat Lady. I have to get your response to that, Mr. Governor.
All those things, I am incredibly grateful, first of all, to Taylor Swift. I say that also as a cat owner, a fellow cat owner. Look, Swifties, you heard it. We know that it's there. That was eloquent, and it was clear. And that's the type of courage we need in America to stand up. We've seen it out of those Republicans who were at the DNC. We've seen it out of women who would like to have their own personal lives kept personal, but are forced to go out there because they nearly died because they can't get abortion services in a pregnancy. And now you have somebody like Taylor Swift coming out, making that very clear. This would be the opportunity, Swifties. KamalaHarris.com. Get on over there. Give us a hand. Get things going.
I was thinking that too. The speed bag. That's what it was like.
Yeah.
Boogity.
And they were just tag teaming it. It was like, okay, all right, Kamala, let me take over here. I'm going to do this now.
Kamala's like, finish him.
Right.
All right.
Kamala wins, flawless victory. I had to quote Mortal Kombat. Yeah. You know what? I can't wait to finish up this segment so I can go watch the whole thing over again. I'm just going to watch it all day long on endless loop. In fact, I'm going to make an IV. I'm going to somehow hook up an IV directly to my veins and pump it into my veins.
We've been asked specifically on social media, will Bob Cesca give us a moratorium on the don't get happy rule just for a few hours?
Okay, sure, but be aware that you might bring down the wrath of the whatever from high atop the thing. And if I see
one
happy,
balloon.
Okay, you can. If I see one damn balloon,
What if you see 99? What if you see 99 red
99
balloons?
red
Balloons.
Okay, well that would be. Isn't that a nuclear war?
It is a nuclear war song. Yeah.
It is. Yes.
Yeah. But seriously, you can be happy. I'll give everyone an hour. You can be happy for an hour.
Thank you.
And then you got to go outside, turn around 3 times, and spit. Otherwise, again, wrath of the thing.
Bob,
Yeah.
we were talking about it. I mean, the polling bears this out. This is exactly the opposite of what we felt after the Biden debate because we all were like,
God, yeah,
oh, God.
yeah. Oh, how the worm has turned.
Yeah.
Everything is now reversed. And I imagine all of MAGA world is feeling like we all did on June 28th this past summer. But I mean, this was a remarkable, remarkable performance. And I want to emphasize how big a deal this was for Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, this is now his 3rd campaign. Mm-hmm. He has faced off against numerous candidates since 2015 on debate stages. Kamala Harris is the first candidate to know exactly how to handle him on a debate stage throughout this entire long, nightmarish ordeal of 9 years.
There's no denying it, the vibes are really good right now. But vibes alone won't save our democracy. We need votes. At the Grassroots Democrats HQ, we know what it takes to win elections. Knocking doors, making calls, sending texts, and writing postcards. If we're going to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and give them the Democratic Congress to pass their agenda, then we need to roll up our sleeves and talk to a record number of voters between now and November 5th. But let's be clear, we can't do it without you. So, are you ready to work? This is a fight for freedom and our future, and everything is at stake. Don't wake up on November 6th wishing you had done more. Join us. Go to grassrootsdems.org today to sign up to volunteer, and let's go win this thing.